Welcome back to the channel, fellas. So today's a big day. Today is well, technically, this is the last 8 hours that we have. Excuse me, sorry, just something on my phone. This is the last 8 hours that the Kickstarter project will be live for NomNomverse. There's been a lot of ups and downs, man, but there's been a lot more ups and downs. And but before I begin, man, I gotta kind of go over one of the big updates that I haven't gone over just yet, and that being the surprise promo that was available since 2 days ago. So I haven't had a chance to make a video regarding it, but I figured, hey, today's the last day. Let's get it. Let's go ahead and kind of go over the one of the last updates as well as some more information. So the surprise promo that is available is the Game Ghost. So you guys, this is kind of like the NomNomverse mascot per se, at least for now, because you never know what may happen. That could change. But excuse me. So there are 5 Game Ghost promos that you can get. Okay, it looks like 3 of them are, I'm assuming, the same type of pull rate, while 2 of them are harder to get. They're rare. I don't know what the pull rates will be for these. I mean, it could be something. So like there was, I believe, 1,500 of these, not including the ones that are available in like the Big Daddy and the Hunter tier and the LGS tiers that they will be receiving. So my guess is that there's maybe, let's call it 2,000, right? Let's call it 2,000 print run on these promos. There's a total of 5. Normally you'd have, let's say 400 per promo. However, because 2 of them are rare, they could go either way, man. They can do something like, each promo up here, right? The 3 ghosts could be something like this one, there's 600, this one, there's 600, this one, there's 600. And then there's only 100 and 100. This one could be 500, 500, 500, and then 250, 250. My assumption is that could be the way they do it. And I'm only basing the print run off of the fact that, they probably are ordering a specific amount for all of the pledgers and for all of the people who are adding on the promo cards to their pledge. But they usually, so obviously the way this works is companies usually get an extra amount just in case for any sort of shipping damage or whatever may happen, right? They always add like a little buffer. So with there being, I think, like 16 or 1,500 in the add-ons available, plus the fact that LGS tiers are getting like 10 total for the big tier, the 3,200 tier, 5 total per LGS, like LGS tier 1 backers. And then on top of that, you get 3 Game Ghosts for the Hunter tiers and the Big Daddy tier. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm just going to say it's 2,000. That's not confirmed, but based on the numbers that I'm seeing, it seems likely that that's the case. So Hunter tiers, Big Daddy tiers will each receive 3 Game Ghost promos with their pledge rewards free of charge. And then the LGS tiers will receive 5 Game Ghost promos in each of their poster and prize packs. So if you have the LGS tier level 1, you get 5. If you have the LGS tier bonus, or like bonus, I think it's the bonus tier. If you have that, technically you get a total of 10 because you get 2 prize support packs. So that's really cool, man. Again, it's a bunch of free goodies, a bunch of free add-ons that they've been adding on. We just spoke about the uncut sheets a couple days ago. That was huge. That actually, I feel like a lot of people started jumping on that right from the get-go, and that's great. So again, we're up to 259,744. Obviously, at the high point, I think the highest that this project reached was like 310,000. And then like the big drama surrounding like, what Bailey posted on his Discord and whatnot caused the backers to back out. And then on top of that, there's been rumors that same Discord was basically, they were basically just backing the Kickstarter only to remove their backing right as the Kickstarter like is close to being, complete. To make the project look bad, to make people think like, oh, there's something going on with this project. Why is it losing funding? I don't know how true that is. The only information that I saw regarding this was actually a comment from another NomNomverse anchor, Harley from EpicTube HD. Again, I don't have the screenshots. I'm not a part of that Discord. I don't know if that's true or not. If it is true, then there was just a bunch of bad actors just trying to basically, for lack of a better word, they were just trying to shit on the project. And unfortunately, it probably worked. It probably has a lot of people, several people that were, on the fence on the project as is. And all it takes is just that little bit of negativity, man, and people freak out. And again, I don't blame the people. I don't blame the people that were on the fence. Like, money's tight everywhere. It's the economy. So not everybody has, disposable income to just kind of drop on a project that they don't know is going to, be legit or whatever. And so it sucks if that is the case. It sucks that if there were people just trying to, just trying to hate on the game to hate it. That's pretty sad. I wish NomNom versus nothing but the best, and I'm sure a lot of you do too, because obviously there's only 360 backers, man. And so if we actually calculate that, right, the average backer, so I'm going to round up just for, I guess, easy numbers sake. So the average backer currently, as it stands, with 360 backers, the average backer of this project is pledging a minimum of $722. Like, that's the average amount per backer. Obviously, there's people that only got like the playmat and the starter decks. There's people that only got like the 2 boxes, the 1 box, artificer tier, the dungeon runner tier. Like, there's people that got those smaller tiers, but there's a lot. Basically, again, it equals out to about $722.22 per backer, which is pretty. It's a pretty big chunk, man. That's a pretty big average. I don't think I've seen too many projects that are like that. So that just goes to show you that people are very much like, they very much believe in the game. They very much believe in the project. And I'm excited, man. Like, I'm so stoked. They've been adding a lot of cool like goodies and like the uncut sheets and then the free promos. And then on top of that, dude, like, I'm just excited to see the new card UI like in person, like within a card. The new holographic foiling that they're using looks absolutely like top notch. And like, dude, like, I'm ready, dude. Like, I even managed to get like a whole doorway set recently. Through the Discord, I actually managed to get a pretty good deal on the complete set, just because I'm wanting to. Basically, what I want to do is I want to send off the cards that I really like to get graded and keep them, and then the others, like, obviously everybody has like favorite cards and whatnot, but then some of the other cards that I don't find, like, oh, like, this is just a cool card, but not like that cool. Those I'll probably sell off to recoup some of that, to basically lower my, I guess, basically lower the amount that I spent per card that I actually wanted to keep. So like, I'm stoked, man. I'm excited for everything. It's been a great project. Hey, you guys just saw it, 259,807. So, but very cool, man. Lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool promos that they've been giving out. And again, these have been flying off the add-on pledges or whatever. Like, when they first released these on there a couple days ago, like, within a couple of hours, I think they went through like half of the stock. And I believe they only went through half of it because people were ordering the max 10 per people at the time. And then they lifted the maximum to, I think they lifted it to 50 last I checked. So yeah, dude, like, the promos are like, people are going nuts over these promos. And again, I'm assuming it's like a very small print room of roughly 2,000. And the fact that there's like rare variants, like, these are going to be like the chase promos. So I think I got a total of 20 coming my way. I get 10 from the LGS tier that I purchased, the LGS bonus tier, I believe. So I'll get 10 from there, and then I also added on an additional 10 promos, because I mean, I want to complete the set, obviously, and see how that goes. But very cool. I'm excited to see, of course, this, because this is supposed to be hollow. I believe it's confirmed already in the Discord. These are going to be hollow. And so I can't wait to see the gorgeous hollow that they showed off, man. I'm really excited. I really hope that we get to see that the hollow foiling on one of the new cards, like from the Kickstarter with the UI, the new updated UI. I hope we get to see that soon, just because don't get me wrong, like, these cards, like the proto packs, like, obviously, like, probably my favorite thus far is Rainmaster. So like, the hollow foiling is fine, but it's just a very like basic rainbow foil, right? Like, it's nothing too special. It's just a rainbow foil. But the foil that they have made specifically for the game, and I'm assuming they made it with their partner, their printing partner, like, that 8-bit hollow looking thing, like, that looks sick, dude. Like, that pixelated hollow, that looks really sick. I'm really excited to get my hands on some of those cards. I'm really excited to open up packs once we actually receive this product. The worst part about it is obviously having to wait, but I think the best part about it is the fact that compared to other Kickstarters that I have personally backed in the past, like Sorcery, what was another one? I had some other TCGs that I backed, but like Sorcery is the most recent one. So like I backed Sorcery. Sorcery took like a year to fulfill the Kickstarter. Like I remember I got the Kickstarter, maybe it wasn't a year, it was like 6 or 7 months, something like that. But like Sorcery took a minute to get everything done, and that's because I think they were printing the cards overseas, so there's a lot of logistical issues at the time. You know, the big old shipping issues back in like 2022 or 2023, and so the cool thing about NomNom is, of course, because it's made in the U.S., they basically get to bypass all of that. Of course, they still got to produce the cards at the printer and like package it all up and all that good stuff. But logistically, it should hopefully be a little bit easier than having to deal with like customs and having to deal with like shipment overseas and all that good stuff. So that's the one cool thing about it, is that we're not going to be waiting for too long. Hopefully, the Kickstarter is finished later today. I think it's like 6 p.m. my time or something like that, 6 p.m. Central, I believe, and then it should only take maybe 4 to 5 months before we receive it. Like it should be pretty quickly. We should have this by July is the goal. That's what they're trying to hit. And according to the Discord, they actually have a pretty big meeting with their printer on Friday to discuss everything, all the logistics, what to expect, how many, boxes to print. I don't know. Now, the one thing I don't know is, so many of you may have through the last couple months, you may have been in the Discord and have, heard from the team, like there's a hard cap of like 5,000 booster boxes that they're trying to keep to. I don't know, and I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, whether the 5,000 are going to get printed regardless or whether it's just going to be kind of like a print to demand thing. I would assume, for example, I think I calculated it was something like 2,500 to 3,000 boxes are actually what's being printed for NomNom Kickstarter, at least based on like the pledges. I'm assuming they'd add like an additional, let's say 10 to 15% buffer just for any damaged goods and, for them to have on hand. So that's a really, really low print run for boxes. Golly, excuse me, I just had my coffee. So that's like, again, it's pretty low. So like, if people get in on the game later on, obviously it's going to be harder to find boxes. And I will say this, the community for NomNom is very, 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 very passionate about it. Like even myself, like we just really like the cards. We like opening up the cards. The gameplay's been getting more of a spotlight lately. People are joining the tournaments more. Not the tournaments, like just to play like a fun game. Like they join the TTS game. More people are watching it. More people are playing it. So as the game organically and slowly grows over time, obviously those boxes will be even rarer. So I don't know if it will be like, if they will print the full 5,000, because again, their whole thing with the NomNom team is they do not want to overprint. Like it's better to underprint and need to print a little bit extra after the fact than it is to overprint, and you basically get screwed if you overprint, because now you can't move the product value goes down, the single cards go down in value, people get all in an uproar because they spent $100 or $120 a box, like I don't know, like a month ago, and now the boxes are going for $100 or $90 or $80. So they're trying to find the balance for that, and it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. I'm assuming they're gonna lean more towards being the print to demand thing for the Kickstarter, because again, they did go on record saying like, if the demand is not there for us to even reprint the base set, then they are not gonna reprint the base set, and this is it. Like this Kickstarter is the base set. If the game grows exponentially from here till next year, and they require a reprint, and at that point they can talk about the first edition maybe, or like a unlimited set for the Kickstarter set. But as of right now, of course, there are no plans for that. They're just kind of playing it by ear. And of course, that's not to say they're not going to print it. They just said like, we don't want to commit to overprinting the product and causing issues like that, because that's true. Like that's one of the big things. Like people need, like companies, TCGs need to know when to cut their print runs, when to up the print runs, but to have a good balance of it, right? So that's going to be very interesting to see over the next few months as, the game keeps kind of growing, because like I said, the Discord has gone almost like 70% higher. Yeah, like it's gained 70% more members since like November. Like it went from like what was like 500 members or 400-ish members in like November to right now over 850 or like close to 850. So it's been like a big boom. And of course, the single prices have gone up with that. The sealed prices have gone up with that because of the Kickstarter. And they still have they still have volume 3 packs should be hopefully being produced and shipped soon. Then they still have volume 4 proto packs are going to be launching from here till the Kickstarter release. So it's going to be interesting, man. We're going to see how that works. I expect it to continue to grow slowly but surely, organically. And I expect people to, man, once the Kickstarter product is in hand, I feel like at that point, more and more people are going to be trying to hop into NomNom, just because at that point, like, people don't have. So, side note, right? I've been hearing from several people that, like, the reason they don't like Kickstarters because they're afraid that people are going to run off with their money and, like, the product is never going to happen. But I've already, like, been reading messages from several people that are saying, hey, like, once they actually have the Kickstarter in hand, then I'll just buy it off the secondary market. So, and I don't blame them. I think everything that happened with like MetaZoo and like other indie TCGs from Kickstarter era, like from the 2020 Kickstarter era, people seen like all of the issues that happened, all of those companies going under, or not all of them, but like most of those companies going under, the most recent one being MetaZoo, and like that one was a huge hit. Like consumer confidence is at an all-time low. Like people do not want to put money into a game that is not established. They don't want to give it a fair chance. And again, I can't blame them, considering that a lot of people did get burned by some of those companies, and they're very, very cautious. I would say the majority of people that I've talked to that are holding off are cautiously optimistic. Like they want to try and get the product. But for example, the sample cards, the proto packs are very expensive for them, so they can't really afford that. So they're getting in on like volume 3, volume 4 to kind of check it out. But again, they're cautiously optimistic from the people that I've been seeing, the people that I've been talking to, and they're pretty much like they're just waiting for the Kickstarter to be in people's hands to actually buy product from it. So if we have people like that, then it's going to be very interesting to see what happens to the overall market with NomNom. Because I love the cards, dude. Like the card art is just amazing. In my, like, again, I'm just a simple man, just a simple human. I see shiny cardboard, I like it, right? But like, dude, like even like golly, just Tsunami Gator, like this is like really, really cool artwork. And like to see it in like the new 8-bit holo, to see it with the new UI that they have for it, to see it in like people playing it and like people playing the game itself, like I expect NomNom to do well, right? And again, you guys can call me foolish for backing the project. You guys can call me foolish for allowing myself to, I guess, enjoy something, because that's one thing, man. We've been seeing a lot of people kind of getting upset with people who are backing NomNom or who talk about NomNom simply because they see it as like a scam, or they see it as MetaZoo 2.0. And I think at the end of the day, guys, people just have to let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. Like the biggest thing, I think, one of the biggest problems is people associating like their hobby with like finances or money, or like, like if I enjoy something and I like ripping the product, I like ripping the cards. If the product goes to zero, it is what it is. If the product goes higher, that's great, obviously. But ultimately, I think it's just about having fun. And I'm having a lot of fun with NomNom. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys that back the project are excited as much as I am. Because I got the LGS tier, the higher LGS tier, it does come with like LGS promos. So I'm really planning on doing like maybe some tournaments, like online tournaments through Discord, as well as maybe just a regular old, YouTube giveaway for one of those promos. So just, make sure you stay tuned, man. It's going to be really fun once this product is in hand. Those uncut sheets, dude, are going to be so exciting. I'll be getting 2 of each non-holo and holo sheets. So, man, it's going to be so cool. Like part of me is like I should probably sell one of them just to keep the ones that I actually like. But it's gonna be really hard once I see those uncut sheets, man. I'm very excited. I'm over the moon right now. I'm very excited for it. But you know, that's all I got for you guys today. Check out the Kickstarter if you've been on the fence. Don't let the bad actors deter you guys from backing a project. You know, I can confidently say that I do trust the team over at NomNom. They've been very open. They've been very communicative with me, with others in the Discord. They've been very honest about issues that pop up with the game, issues of, you know, even as simple as like the Ralph figurine. Been very open and honest about everything. So I applaud them for that. I give them kudos for that. And, you know, just check them out, man. And if not, you guys, again, if you guys don't feel comfortable backing the project, I 100% understand. And maybe you'll check them out after the product has actually reached people's hands. Maybe you'll watch one of my videos and be like, you know what, I do want to try that. And we'll be here for it, man. It's going to be great. But, yeah, don't forget the Game Ghost. Because we don't, again, there's only a few left. I think there's only a couple hundred left that you can add on. And we'll see what it is. It's going to be cool, man. It's going to be really cool. Thanks again for watching, and I will let you guys go now. See you later.